Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day and you're staying safe. I'm Sesa Gill, a legal intern at LEXIS and Company, and today I'm going to be talking about legislation as a source of law. Now, legislation is a process of lawmaking. Legis means law and latium means making. So the whole meaning means law making. According to Austin, it means the making of law by a supreme or a sovereign authority, which must be followed by people of every spectrum of the society. Salmon defines legislature as the process of law making by a competent and an able authority. Legislation is a process of lawmaking where a competent authority is given the task of drafting and enacting the law of the state. It is said to be strict. Is said to be a strict concept of lawmaking because there is only one body which is entrusted with the working of lawmaking, and also there is no scope of alterations as such because of codified and weight tied law, which leaves a very musculous range of amendments. Now, according to Gray, legislation implies the formal expression of administrative organs to the general public. I'm going to be talking about the types of legislations now. Legislations have numerous reasons for impact. For instance, to direct, to improve, to give, to authorize, to allow, to proclaim, to confine, and to analyze. Therefore, in enacting any legislation and the rule of law, the welfare of citizens must be kept in mind. Therefore, it must be adopted for the better interest of the citizens. So now I'm going to talk about some types of legislations. First is supreme legislation. The supreme legislation is the legislation adopted by the authorities intensity of the state. In this manner, some authorities which are of the organ of the state can control or check it. It is considered to be uncomparable as well as lawfully powerful. An established piece of this rule is in found in Darcy's book, The Law of the Constitution. Now, the second type of legislation that I'm going to be talking about is the subordinate legislation. So, the subordinate legislation is the legislation with by some other authority than the supreme specialist in the state. It is made powerful under a powerful designed by supreme authority. Such legislation owes in reality legitimacy and continuation to the supreme experts. It can be cancelled and algorithed anytime by the power of the sovereign, and therefore it must offer an approach to the sovereign legislation Subordinate legislation is liable to the parliamentary control as well. Now I'm going to be talking about the 5 types of sovereign legislation. First is colonial legislation. The nation which is not autonomous and are under control of other states have no sovereign capacity to make law. Such countries have different classes and colonies, domains, secured or trust regions, and so forth. The law made by them are subjects of supreme legislation of the state under whose control they are. Therefore, it is an subordinate legislation. Executive legislation as a point at the point when legislation power is delegated can be designated officials to an executive. This is called executive legislation. Hence, it is a subordinate legislation. Judicial legislation, power delegated to the judicial system to make and implement their own laws to maintain transparency, in the judicial system of the country is judicial legislation. The fourth is municipal legislation. Municipal bodies are offered power to make bylaws consisting their neighborhood matters. Bylaws made by neighborhood bodies work inside its individual area. In India, municipal bodies are municipal corporation, municipal borders, Zilla Parishad, and so on. There is a move for allowing executive powers to the panchayat as well. The fifth type of subordinate legislation is autonomous legislation. At the point when supreme authority gives power upon a gathering of people to the administration of the issue dependence to them as a gathering, the law made by the last is known as autonomous law, and the body is known as a self-ruling body. Railway is an autonomous body. It is now it makes bylaws for the guidelines of its organization and so on. College is likewise a self-governing body, and even some universities in India have been granted the statute of autonomous bodies. So that is all for today. I hope this was an interesting topic and you got to know about legislation as a source of law. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.